Nightshade here. If you're new to my channel, hello, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back, soul family. So today's reading is going to be a collective message from the goddess Isis. She's also known as goddess Aset. She is also known as the goddess of 10,000 names. She was known for motherhood. She was known for magic. She was known for, there was a lot of different things that she was known for. She is a Egyptian deity and is still very popular and worshipped today. Some of the signs that you might be seeing from her are vultures, are cows, and are scorpions. I'm going to give like a little story of how the goddess Isis, how I came to start my journey with the goddess Isis. And it all actually started with this deck, the Isis Oracle. I want to say I was like in my early 20s, and this deck called out to me, and I had sat there and told myself if it was meant for me, and this is a goddess that I was meant to look more into, that deck would remain. And I went, it took me a long time to get the money up for this deck, and I'd went back, I want to say months later, and it was still there. So a funny story about that is I thought, okay, well, maybe they just had it in stock, you know, like maybe someone bought it and they had another deck, yada yada yada. But as I got up to the cash register, the lady told me, she was like, you know what's funny about this deck? She said there have been several people over the past few months that brought this deck up to the cash register but changed their mind and put it back. And she said, I didn't think I was ever gonna sell this deck, but here you came along. And then that's when I told her, yeah, I kind of said if this was meant for me. And she's like, oh, okay, I gotcha. But so I didn't really start working with the goddess Isis right away. I didn't really start working with the deck. I mean, I did pull a few cards, but later on throughout my journey, I went through something. I went through a huge betrayal, and it really shattered me. And with the goddess, like with following the goddess Isis and her teaching, she has, throughout my journey, she has taught me how to transmute heavy emotions, work through my pain, work through things that I need to work through with my creativity. And the more I like read about her story, the more like I understood like why I was attracted to her at that time. I mean, I hadn't went through the betrayal yet. It was kind of like a foreshadowing, or like, you know, before the events happened that I got this deck. But like her brother had betrayed her and didn't want her and Osiris, their son, to take he didn't want them to take over the throne. Like Set wanted the throne for himself, so he did some really, you know, nasty things, and the goddess Isis had to transmute, and actually ended up, the story goes, she ended up resurrecting her husband to have their child Horus. So that's just like a quick story. If you are drawn to her, I would look into it. If you have been seeing her and you're not for sure and you clicked on this reading, I did get the message that yes, look more into her. Yes, she is wanting to work with you, and if you choose to work with her, like this is the green light. Okay? So we got the rising sun, the divine solar child reborn, the divine sisterhood, community of the spiritual sisters and brothers of light, the flower of life, divine creativity and manifestation, and the mother of life, nourishment of the golden grain mother. So one of the things that I was picking up with this message right here was the goddess Isis really wants us to come together and create community. There is a lot of distractions in the world. There is a lot of things that are trying to not make us have community, kind of put doubt and distrust in other people and with community, kind of wanting, there's like this isolation that's kind of going on, and it's from like distractions. And what the goddess Isis was, what the goddess Isis wants to relay is not to focus on the distractions, not to focus on like isolating yourself or not trusting people. She wants us to find community where we fit in, or start making communities where everybody feels like they're a part of the community, because there will be great things in doing this flower of life, like manifestation, creativity. I feel like when we come together, this talks a lot about what I picked up from this is there will be communities that come together that will help others in need. So helping others with food, helping others with shelter, helping others with just things, basic necessities, because we are in a time where money is getting really tight, and it's getting really, really hard to live. And what she's saying is build these communities, get close with these communities, and everybody help each other out in order to survive what we are going through, because I'm feeling like it's gonna get worse before it gets better. And in order not to struggle or lose homes or not be able to feed your kids, or things of that nature, she wants us, like I said, she really wants us to focus on creating these tight-knitted communities, and communities that uplift and help each other out. She also talks about, with this right here, classes, taking classes. Like, I'm hearing sewing classes to sew clothes. I'm hearing like planting classes, like how to garden, things that will like help the community be self-efficient, to where they won't have to rely so much on buying things from these large corporations that are literally trying to bleed us dry because they don't care. She's wanting us to be more, like I said, she's wanting us to teach each other. She's wanting us to learn new ways to make things, new ways to grow things, like I said, where it's cheaper and it's easier to get a hold of, instead of having to save a whole bunch of money just to buy clothes for your kids, or just to go to the grocery store and like good foods, like healthy foods that are good for us. They like to really, really amp those up. And I know in the summertime, especially here in the South, like I've noticed, like produce and things like that, it goes up more. Like a lot of things go up more. The price goes up more in the summer months. Like gas goes up more. Produce goes up more. There's a lot of things that they like amp up. And I know a lot of jobs during the summertime, especially like if you work in a company where a lot of your customers come in from are like school or from school, from college, from high school, things of that nature, with school and with college and high school being out, like that revenue that you get in for your company isn't coming in, so the companies are cutting people's hours. So that's why I said she really wants us to build these communities. She really wants us to teach each other different things and learn different things to be more self-efficient, so we're not relying so heavily or working ourselves to death at like 2, maybe 3 jobs just to make ends meet. There's a lot of power. I'm sorry, guys. One second, let me grab something to drink real quick. All right, I'm sorry about that, guys. Yeah, there's a lot of power in just putting yourself out there and joining communities that are like-minded and that really help each other out. All right, I'm going to move on to the next message. So we got the knot of Isis. It's that energetic stabilization with the buckle of the beloved, entering the chamber of healing. Scales of balance. I'm sorry, I forgot to read the bottom. Healing in the divine chamber of the Lady Isis. Ancient Tantra of the soul, and abundance of, I might butcher this, Sothis, stellar blessings of the celestial goddess of abundance. Okay, so I am going to read from this, but I'm going to give like a little message from this. This is for those that are, this message is for those that are wanting to heal or have been trying to heal from some things of the past, and you're ready to, you just don't know how to. The goddess Isis is around you, and she wants you to call upon her because she's going to be walking you into this chamber of healing. She's going to be your protection guardian, making sure that you stay on the right track in order to heal, and like you're not cutting any corners, or you're really going to be like sitting with yourself. Okay, so I'm going to read the Knot of Isis to you guys because I feel like that's going to be important. You are under the spiritual guidance and protection of the Divine Feminine. Part of your high destiny this lifetime is to heal and flourish through the Divine Feminine and her many forms, especially in those forms that truly resonate and hold meaning for you. This healing will happen on your personal path and may well be part of the work that you offer in service to the world, which may be simply in how you live your life. This oracle brings special indication that your soul is braiding or twining with the divine feminine energies in a particular form. For some, that will be a specific goddess, and the energetic process will often be strong and deep. The initiate will feel as if they are integrating the part of this goddess that is not just in them, but is a part of their own consciousness. It is a deeply personal, spiritually powerful, and beautiful growth experience for the soul. This process does not make you lose your individuality. If it is happening in a genuine way, you will not believe yourself to be the goddess in question. You will instead experience her as a part of your own being, and your being as a part of her. You will not cease to exist as an individual light, and yet you will have grown more into divine communion with the sacred divine feminine. It says, whether you feel the connection with the individual goddess or the divine feminine more holistically, as your soul brays or twines with her, you will feel your awareness and consciousness of your own divine feminine nature become stronger, more integrated, and a more balanced part of your life and sense of self. The body will also be integrating this shift in your soul, as any work with the feminine energies helps bring body and soul light together, blending the physical and inner worlds of light together until they become to feel very connected and harmonious. Eventually, as the process continues, when you feel your body, you will feel your soul light present there. There will be no distinct between your soul and your body. It is a magnificent, luminous, joyful state of wonder-dim body. People will be asking you what you've been doing to have such a beautiful inner glow. So people will be drawn to you because this is my pile. This is not my pile, I'm sorry. This is my collective, that you guys are healers. Or like they say, the best healers are the ones that have been through the trenches, the ones that have been through the muck, the ones that have literally like pulled themselves up out and integrated the lessons and healed themselves. And so you are being led into this chamber, not only to heal yourself, but some of you guys will be teaching others how to get through this process, how to get through healing grief, healing whatever that needs to be healed. And some of you guys might just teach it exactly how the book says, just by living it, because people will watch you. People will see how you went through, A, B, C, and D, and then they watch you like pull yourself up out of it, and then they see that you heal from it, and that inspires people. That gives people that are in that space where they want to, where they want to heal, where they want to work on themselves, that gives them hope. And you inspiring them and giving that hope just by living in your truth, by living through the muck and healing yourself, that really inspires people and gets people to, take that first step, or maybe they might not have if they hadn't seen that, if they hadn't seen you do it, or if they hadn't seen other people do it. But yes, for my collective, you are entering this chamber of healing, and the scales will be balanced for you. Everything will be back into balance, and this abundance is coming through because you will be healed. You will be more authentically you. Things from the past that had you chained down, those chains are breaking free. Now, this is not to say that you're going to be healed forever and that you're never going to go through another, you're never going to go through grief again. You're never going to go through betrayal again. You're never not going to go through any of that again. No, what I'm saying is the healing that you have been currently working on, like maybe the past is really bothering you, and it just keeps on showing up in these cycles, and you're noticing them. Like the things that you have been working on, you are going to heal from them. It's not going to be a one, like I said, it's not going to be a one and all, it's done, because healing is forever. it's till the day you die, honestly. But like, just like the things that you thought that you would never get over, there is healing coming towards that. There is forgiving coming towards that. I'm hearing some of you guys, some of you guys are really working on forgiving yourself. Whether it's forgiving yourself because you felt like you should have knew better, and instead, like, you didn't listen to yourself, and you went down that path that you said that you probably shouldn't have went down. Some of you guys, it's people that have betrayed you, or that have hurt you, or that have treated you really bad. You are forgiving them, not only for them, but for you and your peace of mind. Remember, forgiveness is not saying that the other person didn't do anything wrong. Forgiveness is for you. It's to give you peace of mind, and it's also to take your power back, because a lot of the times people take our power away just by with them being in our head rent free because of things that they have done, and they go on about their lives not even thinking about it, and honestly not caring about it, and while you're sitting there still thinking about it. And this is not to trigger anybody, because I totally understand this, because I have been there, done that. It sucks. I hate it. And yes, it is a process. It's a very long process. But yes, I pulled some extra tarot cards when it came to this, and look, the Eight of Cups, walking away from things that no longer serve you. Like I said, forgiving yourself, forgiving others, walking away from things that are keeping you at a point where you can't move on, like you can't heal. Look at that, Ten of Pentacles, guys. Six of Cups. The Six of Wands. Look, you guys got abundance and the Six of Wands, victory. And look, the World. Now, when I pulled these cards, it reminded me of a music video, and I will link it down in the comments below. But it's a Lady Gaga song, and it's called Marry the Night. And in the music video, she talks about, like, in the beginning it shows her having it all and then losing it, and then she's like sitting there asking herself if she's willing to work through everything again, if she's willing to move on from the past, if she's willing to strap on her boots and do it again. But she says something in it that really was healing to me. And I feel like that's the reason why, since we're talking about the healing chambers, and especially for those that have past hurts and things like that. In the beginning, she talks about how when she's in, because I think it's like a hospital, because she had like I believe she had a mental breakdown, the way that this video is going, and she talks about when she goes back and looks on her life, she says she changes things, and that's where the Six of Cups comes in. She changes things to remember like the good things about it, or she tweaks things a little bit. So like when she looks back in that time and moment in her life, it doesn't keep her like stuck on hurt. It keeps her like more in gratitude, more in like happy memories, because the Six of Cups is like remembering the past, but remembering it in a good way and not in a bad way, right? So love that music video. Go watch it. It is kind of long, but it's just because she does that whole like she she does like that performance art. So she like did like a little bit of acting out, like a whole entire scene, and then it goes into the music video. You don't have to watch all of it. I would just suggest you watch like the very beginning of that video. All right. All right, the last message that I got is the dark mysteries enter the chamber of the chamber of the dark goddess, the temple of black obsidian, the dark healing chamber. Cartouche, divine names of power, goddess of 10,000 names, and pillar of light. I'm going to read this card to you guys because I feel like that card is very significant within this reading. And then we'll hop right into it. So let me find it real quick. Beloved Enneit, the most challenging task is not to confront an external enemy, but to take courage in both hands and journey within, to meet our dark self and begin the healing task of bringing love, acceptance, and light to it. That is the sacred purpose of an enemy within or without, to bring us more deeply into our own being as we seek to find and heal the darkness within. The Temple of Black Obsidian is a ruthlessly honest place of raw love and healing, truly profound and lasting. Deep relief and transformation can occur here. Black obsidian is protective and revealing. It will prevent harm from external and internal forces, but it will also reveal that which has been lurking in the shadows of the self, trying to avoid being brought out into the open for fear of condemnation. The biggest challenge we face in entering the Temple of Black Obsidian is our own unwillingness to love and accept all parts of us. The initiate who is invited to enter the Temple of Black Obsidian enters into his or own shadow, the part of us that is hidden from our own awareness, and is usually only experienced in relationships to others, quite often as projections. Lady Isis, as the Dark Priestess of the Temple of the Black Obsidian, invites you now to confront the parts of your own ego that you have denied previously. Why? Because in doing so, you will gain more freedom to come to know yourself more wholly, and you will find that life experiences, opportunities, relationship, and breakthroughs that you have not been able to reach will suddenly become available to you. The dark chambers always leads to the light chambers, but one cannot avoid the initiation of the Temple of Black Obsidian on the pathway to more light. Isis will assist you in preparing for this journey by encouraging you not to allow yourself to become your own worst enemy. Most of the fear we have before the dark chamber of healing is the fear of our own self-criticism and rejection. Isis declares that readiness from the dark chamber requires a willingness to exercise non-judgment, compassion, and a readiness to accept the self in all expressions. To safely enter the dark chamber and be healed, you must be prepared to give yourself love unconditionally. You must be able to recognize judgments that you hold toward yourselves, not as truths, but as old patterning. This is why the successful initiation of the dark chamber is a truly advanced stage of soul development. The heart will become willing to love unconditionally, and the innate must be able to witness feelings that arise with kindness and acceptance, but not fall into them, overwhelmed, crushed, or deflated by any darkness found within. It is worth the challenge because finding peace from pain, self-criticism, self-doubt, fear, and self-judgment through healing in the temple is a gift beyond measure. So for some of you guys, and this is only for a select few. I feel like some of you guys are stepping more into your authenticity. You're really diving deep. You're really removing projections of others about yourself, but you're really learning to love yourself unconditionally. You're deconstructing things about yourself, especially like, for instance, I'll give the example of like being females. Like, we was taught to always be prim, always to be proper, never show our anger. It's not a good look for us if we are angry. Like, we should just get over it, things like that. I feel like this pile is really accepting their light and their dark, like what they deem dark about themselves. Like, you guys are really going to love yourself as a whole. And this is also for this also with the divine names of power showing up. This is also for those that practice magic. There is going to be a spiritual name come to you, but this spiritual name will not come to you until you go through this dark healing chamber, because this spiritual name is going to be you as a whole. And if you're rejecting the shadow parts of you, or the parts that you don't seem or the parts that you repress or that you do not acknowledge, like it's not going to be a genuine, like a genuine name. Does that, I'm trying to make that make sense, but like the name that you search for, because those that are practitioners or that do witchcraft, you have a name that you do your magic under. And some of you guys might be searching for it, but it's hard for you to find it. Like, you guys might be meditating, you might be reading books, etc., but it's not gonna, like I said, it's not gonna come to you until you do some shadow work, until you stop repressing, or you stop ignoring, or you stop really judging yourself. Yeah. Okay. If it's for you, it'll resonate. If it's not for you, then just throw it in the trash. It doesn't resonate. All right. So that's all that I got in this message. If you like this message, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you guys would like to tell me your story with the goddess Isis, I would love to hear it. That would be really cool and really interesting. Just put it down in the comments below. Till next time, guys. Bye.